So what are some of the things that hold us back? Not having a large fan base, something that's really frustrating and is really difficult to figure out what to do first to make it happen. So the crazy thing about this is that nobody's born with a fan base. You have to build it from the ground up. The problem with that is that approaching that as far as where do I even start is extremely overwhelming. So the good news about the blueprint is that it gives you a very clear way to start, and it almost automates it with the marketing funnel and all of that stuff. So it's a really, really good way to get started. What if your music doesn't make you much money right now and you think that maybe that's why you can't move forward? Well, guess what? You're in luck. You can use a CD donation strategy to start making money at your next gig, and then use the money you make from that to pay for your merchandise and all that stuff. So what if money isn't your problem? What if you don't have any merch to sell and you think that you can't benefit from this because of that? Well, to be 100% honest with you, it's probably a good thing that you found this video first before you ordered a ton of merch, only to discover that nobody wanted to buy it. In the full version of the Make 1K with Music course, I include an entire section on how to create merch from the ground up that you know people will buy before you spend all that money. What if your local music scene is terrible? What if nobody comes to shows? The only thing I gotta say to that is welcome to the club. My local scene is probably one of the worst. The crazy thing about it is that's where the blueprint was developed. It still worked. It worked in my area and it will work in yours. So let's say that you think that this sounds awesome. It makes sense, you're excited about it, but for some reason you don't think that it'll work for you. The final point that I want to make is an interesting one. The biggest thing we as musicians have to overcome is the way that we perceive our situation and the belief it limits us. See, too often we try to point out all the reasons why our situation is different and that it can't be improved because of something that we can't control. We think that because we don't have the upper hand, that we don't have somebody to help us, and that if we did have somebody to help us, we would be better off. Really what it is this is a subconscious excuse. So I can't do anything to change your mental trash, even though I wish I could, because I really understand how it held me back. And the bottom line is that if you do not think that you can do something, if you don't think it's possible, no matter what, you lose. No person can help you. No amount of money, no big break, nothing. You lose. So I can't do anything about that. But what I can do is I can tell you that if you make a commitment and follow through, you will be successful. It will work. You will see results. So, you have a decision to make, don't you? Are you ready to step up? Are you ready to impact more people with your music? Because you totally can, but you have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone. It's not going to be like all of a sudden you're overwhelmed and thrown into this awful, uncomfortable situation. No, it's not how it works. But it's not about that, okay? It's about getting started, taking one small step at a time. It starts with owning your local area, laying the foundation, and building up from there. And I just showed you exactly how to do that. Make sure that you go do it.